and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton, and we are going to tell you about a wonderful job fair coming up. If you are an employer or if you are looking for a job or looking for a better job, this is the perfect opportunity. My guest is Pam Croom from Economic Development. Welcome back, Pam.
Thank you for having me.
This is going to be the third year of this job fair, and it has grown exponentially.
Absolutely. Each year we grow in numbers of job seekers and employers.
So tell us how many you drew last year.
Last year we had 2,300 individuals to participate in the job fair, and we had 108 employers on site.
Wow. Wow. And
Very
a lot
exciting.
of people got jobs. I mean, that's really the ultimate success. Both on the employer side, they found people, and on the job seeker side, they found jobs.
Absolutely. And if they were also looking for job training opportunities in order to increase their skills or to skill build for a higher paying job.
Okay, so we have people's attention now. Let's just tell them when and where.
All right. The event is Tuesday, February the 5th at the Hampton Roads Convention Center. We'll be in the exhibit hall.
Okay. Why does the city do this? Why do we bring this together?
The biggest reason is a lot of times our residents do not know where the jobs are. Traditional ads in the paper are no longer. Or maybe they don't have access to a computer and they don't know how to research online for job opportunities. A lot of our employers are doing direct hiring at their location. So this is an opportunity to put our people in front of those employers that are actually hiring at that time.
Well, and I've heard on the employer side, it is so cost effective for them because they can see a large number of people at one time. You know, they spend their time, they come out with really good candidates, can follow up and do second interviews, fill the vacancies they have really quickly.
Absolutely. They are able to put out their list of available jobs. They're able to do interviews on site. And then we take it a step further after the job fair is over. We post all available jobs as well on our social media site. So if you happen to not be able to get to an employer while you're there because of the large number of people and how many are actually talking or doing interviews on site, that you didn't get a chance to talk to that person, then you're able to go online and find those job opportunities with that employer.
Amazing. Okay, so if I am one of those people who's looking for a job, what kind of advice do you have for me during this job fair, before this job fair? Like how do I, get ready to be in the best position when this happens?
I highly advise to take advantage of our prep courses that will happen throughout January with our partners. Goodwill, our Community Employment Center on Seville Road.
I just love them.
I do. We have a great partnership where they will have resume writing opportunities. They will review your resume. You can actually get copies of your resumes while you're there. They will hold how do you interview sessions. How do you dress? What's the best presentation that you can give? Developing your elevator speech. We will also be holding...
Now, just stop for just 1 second. I'm going to stereotype for a minute, but I don't know that younger people today understand how important those things are. They feel like, hey, I can do the job. It doesn't matter what I wear. It doesn't matter if I talk to an employer like I talk to my friends. I don't know that they entirely understand that that presentation matters so much. Yeah, you can talk that way once you have the job a lot of times, but you do have to, kind of try. You have to put some things forward, and it's not easy.
It's not. And so that was what was so important about the partnerships, is to have those programs and those training opportunities for individuals to take advantage of. So with Goodwill, for instance, and then our new Work One Center will be holding those mock interview opportunities for you to learn why it's important. So not just how do you do it, but the fact of what an employer is looking for, and that there is certain language that you cannot use,
Right.
and there are certain words that you need to be using, such as what are your strengths? That is always going to be a question that an employer is going to ask, because they're really going to want to know, what do you think you bring to the table? And so a person understanding that I come to work on time, or I have great organizational skills. Those are strengths that are overlooked. You don't think of it because you feel that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Well, an employer would like to know what you think you're supposed to do. So helping individuals understand how important.
Not like someday I want to be an entrepreneur. No, let's talk about how you can help this employer right now.
Right now. And so we want to give our residents the best footing they can have when they're in front of a person. So we will hold those very frank training classes that will tell you what you should be doing when you go in for that interview. Presentation is important even in an informal setting. You think of a job fair as an informal setting. No one's going to pay attention to what I'm wearing, but an employer is actually looking at how you present yourself from when you're standing there and there are 5 other people in front of you. Are you waiting patiently? Are you eye rolling? Are you huffing and puffing?
Are you putting it on your phone?
Are you on your phone? We are always with our face in our phone. I highly recommend that they're in your pocket. And if you need to take a call, step outside of the exhibit hall. You can come in and out as often as you like, but presentation is everything.
So you're going to get people ready.
Yes.
So when they walk in, they are going to be prepared and going to stand their best chance of landing that job.
Yes, that was one of the results of our survey with the employers is given that this is our 3rd year and we've always done the preparation classes, we always get high marks on the fact that they say everyone that they spoke to was prepared. And that's because they take advantage of the opportunity. So if you're not able to get to Goodwill or to the Virginia Career Work Center on Butler Farm Road, or to the Work One Center, we will have how to work a job fair prior to the doors opening at 8:30.
Awesome. So you got to get up.
You got to get up.
Because that also proves you can get to work on time.
Yes.
If you care enough to get there at 8:30 and get prepared, you're showing employers what you can do.
Yes. And I should say, with the earlier start, we're trying to make sure that we capture those that may have to get to another job. We want to be conscious of that. So we did start the job fair earlier this year at 9 a.m. with the workshop being at 8:30, just trying to make sure that we offer the opportunity.
And that's good too for people, to come in and out or to stay all day and get in front of as many employers as they need to. Bam, how can people get more information? How can employers sign up? How can job seekers find out details about when these preparation events are available?
We have information on our website, hampton.gov/workforce. And so they can receive all of the information on where the workshops will take place. The link for employers to register is online, as well as there is the flyer with all of the information pertaining to the job fair. We will also post the employers that will be attending the job fair. That is also where that will be located. You can also call our 311 call center for information. They will also have that information.
And you will have, I know we're taping this early, and you don't have a full list of employers, but you have more than 100 last year. You will have major employers. You will have smaller employers, but people who have existing vacancies. This is not just, I'm going to take in resumes. A lot of these folks will have jobs they are trying to fill right now. And it is early in the year. The seasonal employment is over. It is a really good time to be looking for that full-time job?
Absolutely. One of the criteria for employers is that they have to have available jobs that they're hiring for at that time. We don't want to give people false hope when they come to a job fair because we don't know their situation. They took the day off from work, which is very important for them to be able to work. So we want to ensure that there are hiring positions and or that you have a training program that's going to be readily available for individuals to participate in at that time. Our employers are from every business industry that there is. So there is a job availability for everyone. So we do a very broad reach. So these are regional employers, HRT, the Huntington Ingalls, the shipyard, they are needing 3,000 individuals for jobs. And so we are also looking at taking that a step further and putting out information. What's confusing for some of our residents is, do I qualify to work at the shipyard and actually do that job role? So we're going to have also information on, you have these skills, what job do I qualify for? Ooh. I think that's important for our residents to know that I'm one who actually started my career in food service and hospitality, and now I'm working for local government. A lot of our skills are transferable to other jobs.
Well, and I think that's helpful for people too. And a lot of young folks don't know what they want to do, what they're qualified to do, or how to start somewhere and then build from there. And so having those programs and that guidance is really useful because none of us started in the job where we wanted to end up. We've all had to grow our skills, move up, gain experience, and maybe change careers once or twice.
Absolutely. And I think that's what's important for our residents to know is just because you start somewhere doesn't mean that's where you're going to end up. And so that's what's also exciting about this year's job fair is that Goodwill will be offering intake services on site. So if you're not successful at the job fair or maybe the employer you were seeking wasn't on site, they will be able to assist you after the job fair is over. They'll be able to assign you to a case manager who will be able to walk you through any process that you need, identify any training that you may need, or help you to apply with the employer that you were seeking.
And I think that's a little scary for people sometimes. They're like, no, I'm cool. I can go. I can do my application. I don't want somebody to look at me and, do an evaluation. But I think it's really helpful if you can, drop that fear and say, okay, what am I doing wrong? Or what do I need in order to be successful? And how can I get that? But I think sometimes as individuals, we don't want to admit our weaknesses and we don't want to let other people in. We have to.
That's true. And it's not mandated. And it is just a service. What we want to do is provide you with all the resources and services that we can give you. You can self-guide yourself at Goodwill. You don't have to speak to anyone, but the opportunity is there if you need it.
Well, and I've had bosses come to me and tell me to get certain trainings, and I'm sure you have too. It happens all throughout life. And so, people can say, you got to open yourself up to that improvement and to taking advice, or you're not going to get better. And it doesn't mean you're lacking right now. It just means, hey, that's the way we all grow.
Absolutely.
We all have to go back and learn stuff.
We do. And what I had the opportunity to attend the community college conference this year regarding just this, jobs, and where we're going in the future. And so a lot of times we think, I have a credential, so I'm qualified to do this job. Most jobs now will require you to obtain another credential. So
it's changing so quickly.
It changes a lot, and that's why they use the terminology stackable credentials. And so that just means that you had one credential and now I'm going to get another credential, and so now I'm stacking credentials. And so it becomes important to understand what an industry is needing, what is changing, what's new, and how I can keep my skills fresh so that when those opportunities become available, I'm qualified to fill that position.
Right, and where the market is changing. You know, you might be trained for a job that doesn't so much exist anymore, so how do you transfer those skills and get a little more skills in an area that allows you to find a position that's growing rather than shrinking, says the journalist. I mean, it's true though.
It is very true, and that's what we look to do prior to the job fair, is to help individual understand what are transferable skills. What skills do I have? I might look at the list and go, well, wow, what does this employer have to offer? Do I really qualify? So we will try to help you match up your skills.
Okay. All right. Date again?
The date is Tuesday, February the 5th. It is at the Hampton Roads Convention Center from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pam.
Thank you, Robin.
And thank you for watching. I hope you will think about going to this job fair if you are an employer looking to hire people, if you are looking for a job, if you are looking to get a better job. This is a job fair for you. Thank you for watching.